I'm not here to cause trouble. Just a super chiseled demigod passing through.
Just a fair warning, major spoilers for Moana 2 ahead. The release of Moana 2 surprised us all. I strongly believe this is a Disney's long-anticipated comeback. The sequel is for some people even better than its predecessor. But what about Moana 3? Is it happening? Well, yeah, the sequel did wrap up many storylines, but its post-credit scene left us with a lot of questions about what could come next. Though Moana 3 hasn't officially been confirmed, Moana 2 has already planted the seeds for the next installment. One thing is certain, if Moana 3 happens, it will be a very different kind of story. Let's see what's next for our beloved protagonist based on the events of the second film, and why the installment indicates a new beginning.
We can go around it. Everyone get to your positions. Be ready to switch it up.
The biggest proof that Moana 3 is happening is a very exciting post-credit scene of Moana 2. We see Nalo, one of the most terrifying villains, and the gods of storm and lightning angered by his defeat. Moana and her crew of loyal friends break the curse on Mauna Fidu and bring back unity to the Pacific Islands. Because of this, Nalo announces his revenge, saying, "This is only the beginning." This simple line confirms Nalo will likely serve as the main antagonist in the third installment. We expect Moana 3 to further explore his backstory and motivations. I mean, we know his purpose is to divide people, but the third installment could explore his connection to the other gods and why he feels so threatened by humanity's unity. There's definitely something bigger behind his motivations. Perhaps his fear of human connection comes from a past betrayal. What do you guys think? Do you have some theories about this? Let us know before we continue with Moana's new role as a demigod. This is actually something I'm really excited to see in Moana 3. By the end of the sequel, Moana is transformed into a demigod, much like her loyal friend Maui. This transformation comes after her sacrifice, and this is clearly a very important character arc for the future of the franchise. As a demigod, Moana is now immortal and has divine powers, suggesting her journey will be very different in the next film. In Moana 3, we'll get more exploration of her powers. Being a demigod may grant her these amazing abilities, but it could also change the deep connection she has with humans. Trying to adapt to her new identity could be a central theme in the next chapter. One thing is sure though, these new powers could play a key role in defeating Nalo. I just have to say that I absolutely love the character development given to everyone in the sequel. From Maui to the titular character and even Matangi, the new villain turned ally, everyone received such great character development. Don't you guys agree? Let's continue with one interesting theory regarding the third installment: expanding the mythology.
What is it? Where the channels of the ocean once came together.
Hardcore Moana fans would love to see an expansion of the franchise's mythology in future sequels or maybe spin-offs. In the sequel, we are introduced to the concept of Mauna Fidu being a hub that once connected the islands and the curse that destroyed this hub. Based on what happens in the sequel, we expect Moana 3 to dive deeper into the lore of the Pacific gods and the ancient history of the islands. Maybe we could learn more about Mauna Fidu and its significance in uniting the islands. Were there other gods besides Nalo who helped in the destruction of the island? I strongly believe the creators are going to introduce new gods or mythical creatures in Moana 3. This only brings us to the journey beyond the Pacific. I'm not sure if this is something we'll see in the third installment, but taking this story to the uncharted waters sounds like a good idea for a potential Moana 4. Then again, the first two Moana films focused on the Pacific Islands. A third movie could take viewers to a new place. As mentioned before, Moana 2 ends with Mauna Fidu restored and the islands reunited. That means that Moana's role as a wayfinder could lead her to explore new unfamiliar territories. This way, the film could easily have Moana interact with different cultures. And of course, Moana 3 could introduce new allies and villains.
Actually, I believe that's a welcome gift from Nalo.
Nalo will definitely stay the antagonist in the third film, but the next chapter could also introduce new allies to help Moana and Maui in their quest. We would absolutely love to see the return of Matangi, the anti-villain from Moana 2. She is such a great addition to the franchise, and based on the mid-credit scene of the film, she is also set to return to Moana 3. While Matangi initially appeared to be a villain, her advice ultimately helped Moana in her mission. In Moana 3, Matangi could have a bigger role, helping Moana Moana, Maui, and their crew fight against Nalo. On the other side, a third movie could introduce a new villain, someone we haven't seen before. Perhaps some humans. I can easily imagine humans creating new tensions with the gods. There are certainly a lot of possibilities for Moana 3. The story could go literally anywhere and we would still love it. Let's hope Disney would quickly announce the third chapter. What do you think? Would you like to see Moana return for another adventure? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments, and stay tuned for updates on the future of this incredible franchise. See ya.
This means
Yes, my tattoos are still cooler than yours.